I was lying on my bed that Friday evening, staring at the ceiling fan as it turned slowly, slicing the hot air. My phone vibrated beside me. It was a WhatsApp message from an unknown number. The message simply read, "Hi, pretty. I saw your profile in a fashion group. I think you will love this group of women I'm part of. Very chill, nothing serious." Normally, I ignore such messages, but boredom has a way of lowering your guard. The group name was Ladies Hangout. I clicked the link and joined. There was about 9 other women. Everyone had beautiful display pictures, makeup on point, stylish clothes, good vibes. The group was active, with people dropping hair tips, recipes, and memes. It looked harmless. Then I got a private message from the group admin. Her name was Miss D. Her display photo showed a smiling woman in a red scarf. She typed, "Welcome dear. Don't post for now, just observe for 3 days." I thought, okay, maybe it's just their style. But just as I returned to the group chat, I saw a pinned message. It said, "Obey all rules or don't wake up." I paused. Was this a joke? The group had rules. Every WhatsApp group does. But these ones felt odd. Rule 1. Asking about past members. Rule 2. No insults. No arguments. Rule 3. You must not leave the group once added. That was the part that made my skin crawl. Must not leave? What sort of rule is this? Still, I laughed to myself. Maybe this was just one of those weird drama groups where people act funny to feel important. But I couldn't ignore the pinned warning. If you want to leave, obey all rules. The words repeated in my head like a whisper. Then something strange happened. A member named Joyce suddenly sent a selfie. She was smiling in a yellow gown, sitting on her bed. Right after that, someone replied, "You shouldn't have done that." The group went silent. No emojis, no LOL, just stillness. I didn't know what to think, but the next morning while scrolling through Twitter, I saw a tweet. Guys found dead in hotel, dressed in yellow gown, suspected poisoning. I clicked the link. The face was blurred, but the hairstyle and dress looked just like Joyce. My stomach turned. Was it her or just coincidence? I couldn't shake the feeling that something was off. I decided to leave the group. I wasn't comfortable anymore, just about Joyce's sudden silence. After her photo and the strange warning disturbed me deeply. I tapped the menu and clicked Exit Group. The app loaded for a moment and then nothing happened. I was still in the group. I tried again. Same thing, no exit. I restarted my phone and opened WhatsApp again. Still there, same member, same pinned message, but now there was a new private message from Miss D. She typed, "Blocking or leaving doesn't work here. You belong now." My chest tightened. I quickly went to her contact and tapped block. It worked. Her chat disappeared. I sighed in relief. But just as I expected, another message appeared, this time from a completely different number. "You are not ready, but you will be." My hands were shaking. I dropped the phone and plugged away like it was on fire. My mind raced with thoughts. Maybe it was a scam. Maybe someone was playing games. But that night, as I lay in bed, a new message popped into the group. "You have 3 days left. Bring a new member or take her place." My blood ran cold. The next day, I avoided my phone completely, put it on silent, screen down. I didn't want to see any more message or think about the group. But curiosity is powerful, and fear doesn't just go away because you ignored it. By midnight, I gave in. I picked up the phone. There was a voice note in the group, about 30 seconds long. No one had said anything all day. Yeah, this just appeared. I played it. At first, all I could hear was soft breathing, then a slow female voice, broken and shaking. My name was Cynthia. They said I had to invite someone, but I didn't. I didn't want anyone to suffer like me. Please help me. Then suddenly she screamed, a loud, sharp, painful scream that shot through my body. It didn't sound like acting. It sounded real, too real. The kind of scream you hear once you never forget. When the audio ended, I was frozen. My room felt colder. The fan kept turning, but my skin was damp with sweat. He replied to the voice note. Not one member, not even Miss D. Silence. And somehow, that silence felt louder than the scream. That morning, I didn't sleep. I kept thinking about the voice in that message. What if it was real? What if a real girl had died, just like Joyce? What if Cynthia's voice was her final cry, recorded and posted by the team that ran that group? At 8 a.m., I received a message. It was from the same number that replaced Miss D. You have 2 days. Choose wisely. It came with a group invite link. I stared at it. I didn't want to invite anyone. I didn't want anyone to go through what I was facing. But the threat was clear. If I didn't invite someone, I would die. Just like Cynthia, just like Joyce. The question was no longer if it is real. It felt real. Deep down, I knew something evil was behind it. I thought about sending the link to someone I didn't know. Just pick a random contact and send it. But the guilt sat on my chest and like a heavy bag. If I sent it, I would survive, but someone else would suffer. If I didn't, I would be next. This wasn't just a group, it was a trap. And I had 2 days to make the worst decision of my life. I needed someone to talk to, someone I trusted. My head was heavy and my heart was racing. So I called my best friend, Tenny. We know each other since secondary school. If anyone would believe me, it was her. She picked up on the second ring. Babe, what's up? I paused. Tenny, I think I've entered something. Something bad. What kind of bad? I told her everything. The group, the message, the rule about inviting someone, the voice note. I even sent her a few screenshots to prove it wasn't just in my head. But she started laughing. You have been watching too many horror movies. Babe, WhatsApp group that kids care. Next thing you will say your phone wants to eat you. I wanted to shout, I'm serious, but then Tenny said something that chilled my soul. I didn't get any of the screenshots you sent. What do you mean? I asked. I mean the chat is blank. All I see is your normal messages. No group, no Miss D, nothing. I froze. I opened WhatsApp again. The screenshots were gone, deleted, vanished from the chat. That's when I knew whatever was behind this group, it didn't want the outside world to know. I rushed to check my chat with Tenny again. I had definitely sent those screenshots. Joy's picture, the group rule, the invite warning, but they were gone. Not even a trace left. Not the message bubble, not the media, nothing. Was it WhatsApp glitching? Or something more. Back in the group, everything looked normal, but a new message had been pinned. No evidence must leave this group. Watch your mouth. My head started to spin. My palms were sweating. There was not a normal WhatsApp group. It was alive, aware, controlling what I sent and what others could see. I tried searching for Miss D on Truecaller. Nothing. No record of her name, photo or number anywhere online. I copied the group link and tried to paste it on Google. It came up as invalid. I even asked a friend from uni who worked in tech to help me trace the group's IP. I didn't give her the full gist, just told her it was artistrange. An hour later, she called me back in a shaking voice. This group doesn't exist. It's like it's not on WhatsApp's normal servers. What does that even mean? She paused, then whispered. Whoever added you didn't use a normal phone. I couldn't take it anymore. I had to find out who added me. I had to know how this started. I went back to the group settings and scrolled. Thankfully, WhatsApp allows you to see who added you. I thought it was a stranger, maybe one of those random Facebook people or online scammers. But when I got to the list, my whole body went cold. Added by Effie, my sister, my own blood. I stared at her name for over 5 minutes, hoping it was a mistake. But it was her number, her display photo. She was the one who added me to the group, not a stranger, not a hacker. I rushed to her room. Effie, what's the meaning of this? She looked up from her laptop like nothing had happened. What are you talking about? You added me to that course WhatsApp group. Ladies hang out. Don't pretend you don't know. Her eyes widened. She stood up slowly like she was afraid. You weren't supposed to find out. I stepped back, so it's true. You knew what it was. She nodded slowly. Tears filled her eyes. I was running out of time. It was you or me. I couldn't breathe. Effie sat on the edge of her bed, shaking. Her fingers were clenched tightly together, and her eyes wouldn't meet mine. I was still standing, my heart pounding so loud I could barely hear my own voice. You added me to a group that kills people. What is wrong with you? She broke down in tears. I didn't want to, I swear. But I had no choice. I was given 72 hours. If I didn't add someone, I would die. I wanted to scream, but I just stood still, frozen. So you chose me. I didn't know who else to pick, she whispered. I couldn't live with adding a stranger and watching their life end. I thought maybe you would be smart enough to survive. I couldn't believe what I was hearing. My sister, the person I grew up with, laughed with, fought with, shared food with, had offered me up like a lamb. I trusted you. She held my arm. Please forgive me. I have been in the group for months. It was peaceful at first. Then the death started. The admin threatened me. People who live end up in the hospital or in the morgue. So this is real. Yes, she said, and you are in it now. That same day, I left the house. I needed air. I needed space. I needed God. No one else could help me now. I walked over 30 minutes, lost in thought, until I saw a small church at the corner of a dusty street. The sign read, Christ Fire Deliverance Ministry. I stepped in without thinking. A short elderly man in white native wear was praying at the altar. I waited quietly, heart pounding. Then he finished. I approached him. Sir, I need help. Something strange is happening to me. He looked up at me kindly. What is it, my daughter? I told him everything. From the beginning I joined the group, to the voice note, to the group that wouldn't let me leave, and how my sister was the one who added me. When I finished, he said something that made my legs weak. You are not the first to come here with this matter. What do you mean? This group is not normal. It's not physical. It is tied to a spiritual covenant, a blood link. Once you are added, your spirit becomes part of it. I stared at him in shock. Then he added, someone in your bloodline already opened the door. I stared at the pastor like he had just slapped me. Someone in my bloodline opened the door. I repeated slowly. My lips felt dry. My hands trembled. He nodded with deep sadness in his eyes. The group is not new. It may be on WhatsApp now, but it has existed for years. Only the form has changed. What you join is not just a group. It is a spiritual trap passed down through generation. It moves through technology, but its roots are demonic. My mind was spinning. But how did it get to me? Go back, he said firmly. Ask your sister. Ask your mother. Someone in your home invited it. I left the church feeling like my head would explode. The road felt like it was moving. My legs were weak and my heart was racing. I got home and found Effie still in her room. I burst in. Did mommy ever tell you anything? Anything about strange dreams or groups she was part of? She looked at me, eyes wide with fear. Mommy was in the group too, years ago. I took a step back. She was once the admin. She passed it down to me before she died. My mother, the same mother who prayed with me every morning. I couldn't sleep that night. I just kept staring at the ceiling, hoping everything I heard was a lie. How could my own mother, the same woman who took me to church every Sunday, have been part of a group like this? I crept out of bed at midnight and went through her old box. She died 2 years ago, and we had packed away her things in a corner of the house. Inside were prayer books, wrapper, a few letters, and a small black diary. I opened the diary. On the first page, she had written, "May God forgive me for what I have done. If anyone ever finds this, pray hard." My hands trembled as I turned the page. I saw names, lists, numbers, and strange words that looked like code. One name stood out, Miss D. On one passage she wrote, Miss D is not a real person. She is the face of the cause. Every generation has a Miss D. If you disobey her, you die. If you obey, someone else dies. I dropped the diary, my chest tightened. So this wasn't new. This had been planned. And somehow I had become the next victim in a cause that started long before smartphones were invented. I went back to the pastor the next morning, holding my mother's diary like it was a weapon. He read it slowly, nodding with every page. You are dealing with a generational blood covenant, he said. It cannot be broken by ordinary prayer. I swallowed hard. Then what do I do? You must go to the surface. You must look into her eyes and reject her, but not physically, spiritually. He handed me a small mirror. Its frame was old and dusty, like something from another world. Tonight at 3 a.m., sit alone in a quiet room. Place this mirror before you. Hold your phone. When you see her face, do not look away. Say these words, your reign ends with me. I nodded, though it was terrifying. That night, I followed his instructions. The air was still. My room was dark except for a single candle. At 3 a.m. on the dot, I looked into the mirror. Nothing. Then suddenly her face appeared, Miss D. But her eyes were black. Her smile was twisted. Her voice came through my phone and echoed in the mirror. You are stronger than your mother, but you will still join me. I whispered the words. Your reign ends with me. Then the mirror shattered. The piece of the shattered mirror fell to the floor like dry bones. My candle flickered widely, and the air in the room turned cold. I couldn't move. I felt like something was holding me down. An unseen force. My phone started ringing on its own. The screen flashing, Miss D calling. I screamed and threw the phone across the room. It didn't break. The screen stayed on, glowing in the dark like a cursed lamp. Then something spoke. Not from the phone, but from the mirror shards. A voice that sounded like 1,000 whispers in one. You broke the mirror, but you haven't broken me. I ran to the pastor first thing in the morning, shaking like a leaf. He looked at me and said, Miss D was never human. She is a spirit that feeds on fear, blood, and digital presence. She was born out of a cult that begins in 1983 in the city. They sacrificed someone every month. When the cult was exposed, she made a deal. She would live in the phones of anyone who accepted her. So she's a demon using WhatsApp? I asked. He nodded. She's using the most powerful tool of this generation. Connection, and she doesn't need your body, just your soul. The pastor handed me a bottle of anointing oil. He said, you have one chance left. If you fail, she will use you to invite 10 more souls. But if you stand your ground, she will be banished from your line forever. I asked, what do I do? He said, go back to the group. Don't invite anyone. Instead, drop a voice note. Speak from your heart. Break the curse with your voice. I was scared, very scared, but I knew it was time to try. That night, I reopened the group chat. The members were quiet. All display pictures were black. Even Miss D's photo was gone. I picked up the phone and recorded my voice. Miss D, your power ends here. You cannot feed on me. You cannot pass through me. The chain is broken. My bloodline is no longer yours. I release every soul you have trapped. I reject you in Jesus' name. I sent it. No reply, no reaction. Then my phone screen turned black for 10 seconds. When it came back on, the group was gone, completely deleted. But I knew it wasn't over. Not yet. I had survived, but what about the others? After the group vanished from my phone, I felt peace for a moment, but peace doesn't last when you have been touched by darkness. I couldn't stop thinking about the other members, the ones I saw, the ones who died, the girl whose scream still echoed in my dreams, the boy whose face twisted before he vanished. I knew the group was gone, but something inside me said, not everyone escaped. The next morning, I went back to the pastor. I asked him, can we help the others, even the dead? He looked at me with a long sigh. Some were taken, some left willingly. but a few can still be saved if we reach them before she reforms. Reforms? I ask. She will build another app, another group. Maybe not WhatsApp this time. Maybe Telegram. Maybe Signal. Maybe even a strange app no one has ever heard of. That spirit tries on digital doors. Once people accept her terms, it begins again. I knew what I had to do. If I survived it, I would tell the world, not just with prayers, but with my voice, with my story. Because somewhere, someone was about to click join group without knowing the price. Efe, my younger sister, was different after the incident. Quiet, isolated, she barely spoke to anyone. I thought she was traumatized. One night, she sat beside me and whispered, I hear her voice in my dreams. I froze. Miss D? She nodded. She says I never truly left, that because I was once an admin, I will always be a vessel. My heart shattered. I had fought so hard. I thought I ended it, but my own sister was still bound. Have you accepted her again? I asked with fear in my throat. No, Effie replied, but she's angry and she's looking for revenge. We went back to the pastor together. This time, he didn't speak much. He simply placed his both our hands on the altar and prayed for hours. My voice cracked from shouting. Effie collapsed halfway through, but when it was over, her face looked lighter. She's gone, Effie whispered. I believed her. For the first time in weeks, her eyes were clear. Still, the pastor warned us. She may return, but now you know how to fight. Keep your mind clean. Be careful what you open. Every app, every click, every message. Ask yourself, who sent it? A month passed. Peace returned. I was eating again, laughing, even smiling. I posted my story on Facebook and YouTube, warning others. Some believed me, many didn't. Then one day, a friend from my secondary school messaged me. Hey, I saw your video. Scary stuff, but I think something weird just happened to me too. What? I replied. She sent me a screenshot of an app I had never seen before. It was called The Gathering. It had a candle icon as its logo. Only 3 reviews, each one 5 stars, each one written in the same style. I felt my blood turn cold. I didn't download it, she said. It just appeared. I told her to delete it, uninstall, format her phone, do anything. She tried. It won't go. It says I'm not authorized to remove it. I knew then Miss D was back, not as a WhatsApp group this time, but as a something new. Something what? A whole app she had involved, and she was coming for more than just me. She wanted the whole world. I rushed to the pastor, showing him the screenshot. His face dropped. It has begun, he muttered. What has begun? The final phase. She's no longer hiding in groups or chats. She's built her own house, an app where she controls everything. I asked, what can we do? He said, you must warn others. Use your voice. Tell the truth. Even if they mock you, even if no one believes, because the curse doesn't start when they join. It starts when they ignore the warning. I returned home, filled with both fear and fire. I sat with Effie and recorded a video. I told it all. From the day I joined the WhatsApp group, to the death, to my mother's hidden diary, to the mirror, to the voice note, to the strange app appearing again. I ended the video with one strong message. If you ever see an app you don't download with a candle icon, run. Don't open it. Don't click. Don't test it. You are not strong enough, not alone. We posted it online and waited, but the comments were divided. Some laughed, some prayed, but others said something chilling. I just saw that app on my phone too. 3 days after the video went viral, I woke up to a chilling sound, my phone vibrating non-stop. I picked it up and saw something that made my heart drop. A notification. Miss D added you to the gathering. No link, no permission, no way to decline. I screamed, but then the screen froze. A message appeared. Thank you for spreading the message. Your part is done. Now rest. And then darkness. The screen turned black. My phone powered off and never turned back on. I was still breathing, but something told me this was far from over. Because that night, across every part of the city, people began receiving the same notification. Miss D added you to the gathering. It wasn't about one group anymore. It wasn't even about one family. It had become a network, a curse shared across device. And as long as people click, she would leave. So if you are watching this, if you see a strange app on your phone you never downloaded, don't open it. Don't click, because the next name on her list might just be you.